Family squabbles are nothing new in the boardroom. Mix in a monarchy, and you've got a genuine spectacle. Mo Rocca catches up on British royalty with author Tina Brown.
The British royal family is often referred to as the firm. And the firm's CEO, Queen Elizabeth II, has been in the corner office for 7 decades now.
You know, we hear about working mothers. She's a working great-grandmother.
Yes, she's a working great-grandmother. And she loves her job, is the truth. And she'll keep going to the last breath. I really believe it.
It's a higher calling.
Yes.
With cannon fire and the release of a recent photo with 2 of her horses, the Queen celebrated her 96th birthday 3 days ago, a year after the death of her husband.
I mean, she made it to Prince Philip's memorial, even though she's really finding herself frail. She simply has this extraordinary ability to make herself do things.
Yeah, you wrote, smiling through maximum discomfort is their most priceless skill. Does this weather make you feel at home?
It really does.
As a prominent editor on both sides of the Atlantic, Tina Brown has long trained her gimlet eye on the royals. Her new book chronicles the last quarter century, one of the most difficult and at times scandalous in the history of the monarchy, now set for more upheaval.
The transition from Queen Elizabeth to King Charles, how's that going to go?
Well, I think there's a lot of anxiety, obviously.
The Queen is a monarch, but she's not immortal. One day, before too long, her son Charles will ascend to the throne.
We're going from a 96-year-old CEO to a 72-year-old successor, who everybody knows a great deal about, probably too much about. I mean, there is no mystique to Charles, that's for sure.
Yes, Charles. The world has endlessly dissected his unhappy marriage to Princess Diana, killed in a Paris car crash in 1997, and his eventual wedding 8 years later to the woman he'd been closest to most of his life, Camilla Parker Bowles.
I was at lunch a few years ago, and I just casually mentioned that I kind of like Camilla. And my friend's mother, she shot darts at me and said, how dare you say that about that woman?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. There are people who still feel strongly about that, but the irony is really, I mean, this was the great love of Charles's life, always has been.
Right.
And she's gone from being this hated figure to being actually quite beloved. And the Queen very recently declared that she wanted to see Camilla become Queen, which had always been somewhat in the balance. Was Camilla going to get the title of Queen?
Will she be known as Queen Camilla?
She will be known now as Queen Camilla, which was in a way a brilliant piece of estate planning of the Queen.
And after King Charles and Queen Camilla, Charles's son William, then William's kids, then his brother Harry, although Harry basically took himself out of the picture after broadcasting his unhappiness with the family and decamping to California with his wife Meghan Markle. The Queen left no doubt about their status after what's been dubbed Megxit.
The terms of the exit were harsh. You know, they didn't get anything they wanted, actually.
They didn't even get to keep the word royal.
They didn't even get to keep the word royal. Harry was not allowed to keep any of his military honors. I mean, it was, you know, frankly lethal what happened.
Because there's no halfway.
There's no halfway. In fact, there was one phrase which really stuck out to me when it said that they would continue to, quote, collaborate with the Queen on projects. And the Queen doesn't collaborate. She's not a co-executive producer of a TV show, okay? She commands, right? And you better remember it. And she did. She said, no.
Right, the Queen doesn't do partnerships.
She doesn't
right?
do partnerships, no.
Harry's estrangement also means there's no partnership between the two princes who've gone through so much together.
Harry, for William, was the person who kept him grounded, who could have fun with him, who could make fun of him, you know? Because when you are the future king, no matter how normal you try to make your life, everybody's talking to you as the future king. Only your younger brother can really tease you.
Wow.
Only your younger brother can take you down when you're pompous, you know? I'm told that William is very grievously sad to have lost that.
Boy, of all the multiple estrangements, this seems like the saddest one.
It's a very sad thing.
The British monarchy has endured since the 9th century. The latest crowd might sometimes be a royal pain, but maybe that helps explain why the British just can't quit them.
It's a great family saga because, the monarchy is an institution, but it's built on human beings who are members of a family. And there will always be the prodigal sons and the miscreants and the sort of lovelorn ones. They are fallible, some are better at it than others, and they come up against the hard realities of the crown.